Why am I a scout leader? I am not a scouting leader for the easy hours, high pay, parents' gratitude, power, or prestige. I'm a leader because I want the world for your children and mine, a world where they can share and help shape a world of love, laughter, where they can show compassion. I want them to look at the stars, a sunrise, a sunset, the work of the world of man, and feel its beauty inside themselves. I want them to help them to learn to finish anything they start, to do it well, and to guide them to know their worth with a deeper understanding of themselves. I want to help them shape. I want to help shape adults who have strength of character and are sensitive to the needs of others. I want them to be the best they can be. I'm giving of myself, my time. I reap rewards far beyond what I give. I receive for my children and your children and future children a better world. How much is a scouting leader paid? I hear you ask. My wage consists of smiles, laughter, observing a child's growing self-confidence, and the look of personal triumph on the face of a child who has achieved more than they thought they could. Anyone who can teach me or show me a better way to do this job, anyone who gives of their time to help me become a better leader, and anyone by act or deed makes me better in the scouting program, come alive, will forever have my undying gratitude. I am a scouting leader because I care.
When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner almost 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Those words are as true today as they were then. Throughout this nation's history, America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardmen have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom and to aid our friends and allies, and to turn back aggressors. We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the more than 650,000 American service members who died in battle, or the 1.4 million who were wounded. We can, however, recognize and thank the 25 million veterans still living today. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear your branch of the United States Armed Forces that you served for, please stand. Army. The United States Army is our main ground force. The Army's main function is to protect and defend the United States and its interests. It is the oldest and largest U.S. military service, officially established by the Continental Congress on June 14, 1775. The Army is supported by 2 reserve forces, which can be tapped for trained personnel and equipment during times of need: the Army Reserves and the Army National Guard. There are approximately 76,000 officers and 401,000 enlisted members in active duty in the Army.
First you fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the Army's on its way, down off the gates loud and strong. For
Thank you to those who have served in the United States Army. Navy. Like the Army, the Navy was officially established by the Continental Congress in 1775. The Navy's primary mission is to maintain the freedom of the seas. The Navy makes it possible for the United States to use the seas where and when our national interests require it. The Navy is supported in times of need by the Naval Reserves. However, there is no Naval National Guard. The active duty Navy has about 54,000 officers and 324,000 enlisted personnel.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam, until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
Thank you to those who have served in the United States Navy. Marine Corps. The Marines were officially established on November 10, 1775 by the Continental Congress to act as a landing force for the United States Navy. In 1798, however, Congress established the Marine Corps as a separate service. They're often referred to as the infantry of the Navy and specialize in amphibious operations. In other words, their primary specialty is to assault, capture, and control beachheads, which then provide a route to attack the enemy from almost any direction. Like the Navy, there is no Marine Corps National Guard, but there are supported in times of need by the Marine Corps Reserves. There are approximately 18,000 officers and 153,000 enlisted personnel on active duty in the Marines.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we'll fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. We're to fight for right and freedom and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Thank you to those who have served in the United States Marine Corps. Coast Guard. The United States Coast Guard was originally established as the Revenue Cutter Service in 1790. In 1915, it was reformed as the United States Coast Guard. In peacetime, the Coast Guard is primarily concerned with law enforcement, boating safety, sea rescue, and illegal immigration control. The Coast Guard is also supported by the Coast Guard Reserves and a volunteer Coast Guard auxiliary in times of need. The Coast Guard is the smallest military service with about 7,000 officers and 29,000 enlisted on active duty.
So here's the Coast Guard marching song. We sing on land or sea. Through surf and storm and howling gale, high shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our fame, our glory too. Through life to save or fight and die, high Coast Guard we are for you.
To those who have served in the United States Coast Guard. Air Force. The Air Force is the youngest military service and was created in 1947. The primary mission of the Air Force is to defend the United States and its interests through the exploitation of air, space, and cyberspace. Like the Army, the active duty Air Force is supplemented by the Air Force Reserves and the Air National Guard. There are about 69,000 commissioned officers on active duty and about 288,000 enlisted members in the Air Force.
We go into the wild blue
Thank you to those who have served in the United States Air Force. Tonight, it is our privilege to say thank you to all of America's veterans and their families, to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay for it. Tonight, we celebrate America's veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and the home of the brave. May the lowering of our nation's flag always remind you of those Americans who paid the ultimate price so that we can enjoy our lives, friends, jobs, the Boy Scouts, and Camp Geiger. Please stand. Scouts, attention. Scout salute. Two. Please remain standing at your seats for the dismissal of troops out of the council ring.